If you think this is going to be another boring pre-workout review video, you've got another thing coming. We are back! The No Fate channel, checking in. Jonathan here, and after 7 long years, NutraBio has finally updated their beloved pre-workout. I'm not only going to take you through the differences between the old version and the new version, I'm going to show you how this handles on my typical back day. And more importantly, most importantly, we're going to talk about if this new version is worth your hard-earned money. NutraBio, established in 1996. That makes them an OG in the supplement industry. They have led the way when it comes to transparent labels, third-party testing, and absolutely overclocking their supplements. Where most supplement companies will update their pre-workout once a year, if not more, NutraBio hasn't touched theirs in almost 7 years. Why? Because they made such an absolute beast of a product that had so many massive ingredients in here that even 7 years later, compared to the new stuff that's coming out, this one is still tops.
I'm kind of a big deal.
So what did they keep the same? These still have a massive scoop size. This one comes in at just under 30 grams. This one coming in over 30 grams. Keep in mind, there's a lot of pre-workouts out there that are only 10 or 12 grams. Also, you still have the 350 milligrams of caffeine. That's a lot of caffeine. 3.5 cups of coffee, but they use 2 caffeine sources to give you a balanced energy release versus a spike and then an ultimate crash. They kept the beta-alanine for that strength, endurance, and the fact that we all love those tingles. They also kept sodium, potassium, calcium, as well as phosphorus, the stuff that our body needs when we're training hard and sweating profusely. In a world where all the prices are going up, it's nice to see NutraBio kept the serving cost the same at $2.50 for that whopping 31-gram serving. You can save a boatload of money with my code NOF8. Now, I always wish my supplements didn't cost as much, but the fact that NutraBio was able to increase the serving size on this thing and still deliver it at the same price as the old one is a thumbs up. Those of you that are a bit more price conscious, or maybe you just don't want all of that caffeine in a single serving, they did release their base pre-workout. So this is 7 essential ingredients for your pre-workout, but the beauty is one bottle is 30 servings and the price point is $1 per serving. It only has 200 milligrams of caffeine, but for many of us, that's gonna be plenty. That's gonna be an efficacious dose to give you all of the benefits without any of the drawbacks. So what did they get rid of? Oftentimes when companies change up their pre-workout labels, what they do is they take out the expensive stuff, they take out the stuff that we all loved, and they put in a whole bunch of smoke and mirrors. And I have to admit, NutraBio didn't do that. It's nice to see, and it's not always the case. So one thing they took out was creatine. Now, we all love our creatine. We all take 5 grams a day. The problem with the creatine in the old version was twofold. Number one, it wasn't 5 full grams. So a lot of people who were taking that pre-workout were still gonna have to supplement with creatine monohydrate. And number two, on your rest days, you still had to go get 5 grams of creatine. People were gonna have to have multiple jars anyway. So removing that creatine is something that no one's really gonna miss. They ditched the L-theanine. Now, this is a supplement that I actually like in conjunction with caffeine at the right dosages. Most companies, when they make a pre-workout, they throw in too much L-theanine, and that actually blunts the caffeine effect too much so. I think the fact that they took out the L-theanine is one of the reasons this pre-workout kicks even more than the previous version. They also got rid of the L-leucine. Now, this is a vital amino acid. It's considered one of the branch chain amino acids, and of all the amino acids, yes, it's the most important for building muscle. So why am I not mad that they got rid of it? The truth is, most of you watching this video are getting way more protein than you probably need on a daily basis. And that means you're getting tons of L-leucine in your system when your body digests that protein. So throwing in a few grams in your pre-workout wasn't actually doing anything in terms of benefiting you. We talked about what they removed, but what did they add in? Well, NutraBio went hard in the paint on 2 key categories. Number one is focus. Yes, that's right. We love that mind-muscle connection when we are training in the gym. We want to be laser locked on the weights. I will say that they added 600 milligrams of alpha GPC. They added vitacholine, velvet bean extract, and 1.5 grams of L-tyrosine. And the second category that they literally just pushed all their chips into was pumps. We love the pumps in the gym. We love to go to the gym, experience that pump, get that feeling that Arnold talked about.
And it feels different. It feels fantastic.
And just see the swollenness. Well, they literally just overdosed every possible pump ingredient you could imagine into this bad boy. Not 5 grams, not 8 grams, 10 grams of L-citrulline, AAKG, NO3, arginine, and 2 grams of taurine. Flavors, how does this thing taste? Well, the previous version, over the years, they actually came out with like 8 or 10 different flavors, and the new version has dropped with 3 flavors. I got the lemon burst. Why? Because I tried it in the base version. It was very good in that version, and even with all the other ingredients they've thrown in, it's still a 9 out of 10. Very, very refreshing. I have to imagine in the next coming year or two, they're going to release new flavors on top of the existing 3, but if you are going to try a flavor, get that lemon burst. As of filming today's video, I've had NutraBio's Pre for 3 weeks now. And like a good pre-workout reviewer, I didn't just use it a few times. I have used this 10 different days in terms of my training spread out. So they're not all in a row. I made sure to have some different workouts in between, use different pre-workouts in between to ideally identify how I like this one. And I think they did the trick. Most companies, when they revitalize a pre-workout, it just gets worse. They dull it down. They take out the expensive stuff. They put in cheap stuff. NutraBio, they did not skimp whatsoever. You get the transparent label. You get the third-party testing. The made in the GMP facility. Great, great, great. Yeah, sure. The pumps on this thing are absolutely over the top. I mean, Stallone, backwards hat, over the top. This thing is sick. They literally threw in every pump ingredient they could in here, and then they added massive dosages of them. I mean, just adding 10 grams of L-citrulline alone would give you sick pumps, but they just went over and above. And the focus on here, again, you get locked in. If you like that mind-muscle connection, if you like just lasering in and just dialing it in, put the headphones on and go to work, this thing delivers. And ultimately, even though it has the same amount of caffeine as the previous version, I think it hits harder because they removed the L-theanine. Overall, they did exactly probably what I would have done when crafting or at least revitalizing their previous version. If you were looking for a premium pre-workout with absolutely filthy pumps, you gotta look at NutraBio's Pre. At $2.50 per serving, you can save some money with my code NOF8. I know that might be a bit too much for some of you. I would absolutely recommend looking into NutraBio's base pre-workout. You should not sleep on that ingredients profile at only $1 per serving. 2 things that won't cost you anything but will absolutely make you a swole assassinator watching these 2 videos next. As usual, check out the links in the description. Use that code NOF8 and don't save anything for the trip back.